What's up, family? Yes, indeed. Ooh, wee. Let me go get that monster. Let me go get that monster. I'm about to go get it now. Lunchtime, lunchtime. I'm about to dig for it now. I gotta get the one way in the bag, y'all. Let me way in the bag. Ooh, wee. Boogie. You know it's lunchtime, lunchtime. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Ooh, wee. Hold up, y'all. Let me pay for this. I'm about to hit my car. Ooh, wee. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's Monday, y'all. Monday is Monday is Monday. Look, we still living, we still breathing. Right, yeah. Ooh, means we winning, y'all. We woke up, we got a whole nother day. Whole nother day, y'all. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We could have woke up dead, but we woke up living. Ooh, is a wonderful feeling, man. Means we can make a lot of things happen in a 24-hour period. So get up off the couch, go do something today, yeah. Come on, y'all. What's up, Stash Cat? Ooh, yes indeed. Boogie, what's up? I know it's lunch break time. Lunch break time. Ooh, it's a little windy out here today. We had a little cold front come. I know y'all always cold up there where y'all at. You know, it's like 50 something degrees. Ain't nothing to y'all. Us down here, it's a lot. And it's cold, y'all. Not really cold. It's just that wind kicking. I know New York cold. I hear all the time. Boogie, I'm surprised you awake this late. Go get you some rest, baby. Go get you some rest. What you got, Monday and Tuesday, and then y'all Wednesday? I gotta go up in the cooler too when I go to work. When I come back, I gotta go up in the dairy cooler in the freezer. He going in there. Well, what's up, Chronos? You come out of the earbud and hold on, yeah. Chronos in the building, yes indeed, yes indeed. Make sure my heat on. And I'm just chilling, y'all. I'm just chilling. I'm on lunch. And I do my lunch break live. Should got some food or something. But I'm gonna wait till I get out. Or as I can't sleep. Like you said, ooh, a lot of people like when I say that. I got people at work saying, ooh, we believe it or not. Got about 4 or 5 people every time they see me. Ooh, they hit me with that ooh, you know. It's good though. I like to have people saying things. So when they see me, they know what to say. Ooh, get my other headphones too, yeah. I got one more night of work tomorrow night, and I'm usually off on Monday nights, but I'm going in. Becky, last night I took my first edibles. I thought it was a 50 milligram, and after I ate it, I looked at the package. I took 1,000 milligrams. I passed out in a pile of no, not too much edibles though. Not them edibles have you like, look, you're gonna be stuck to the couch like, oh, I'm not doing nothing today. Oh, oh, I'm not doing nothing today. Oh, I don't know. I guess people's different. Like I know a lot of people say that their weed slows them down, it makes them drowsy, it makes them sleepy, and this and that. Weed always gave me energy. It always made me hype. I must be smoking India. I don't know. Y'all must be smoking a lot of indica instead of sativa. You know, y'all must have been smoking a whole lot of indica or something. You know, I don't know. Weed always gave me. Y'all think I'm hyped up now? Y'all ain't seen me on the weed. Ooh, y'all don't want to see me on that weed. You know, hey, for real though. You know, weed always give me energy. It made me hype. You know, like that's why I don't get like these dudes here. Like, you know, even where I work at, you know, it be like three, four, five of them smoking on one little blunt, and they come back looking like they so loaded, and they be like dropping stuff, or like, are they just doing that to act like they high, you know, like, or they think it's cool to act like that, you know, like I don't know, maybe, but some people do, you know, like even when I did smoke a lot of weed, I would never go to anywhere smelling like it. I know a lot of people think it's cool smelling like it and all that. I never even let people know I smoke weed, you know, like even when I did smoke a lot of weed, and I used to go to work. And you know, I used to run meetings and stuff. People used to be like, you know, like one girl used to tell me, "There ain't no way you smoke weed, because you come in here, you always do your job, you get things done with integrity, and then you run a meeting and you talk to 30, 40 people." I said, "Believe it or not, I just smoked 3 blunts before I came up in here. Oh, woo!" I said, I was like, "Yes, indeed." She's like, "Ain't no way." It was like these people, you know, my tolerance level is good though, you know, like it helps me relax. It takes my pain away, helps me think visually and different about things, you know. But everybody's different, you know. Everybody's different. I don't know. Everybody's body's different, but it's like everybody, like we smoking here. Look, accidentally drop a box of pickles, busted pickles everywhere, busted glass everywhere. That's why I be hating after lunch. You know, no offense, but after lunch it's like spills all around the stove, people dropping stuff, sloppy, smelling like a bunch of weed. You know, like this one girl, you know, like she, you know, I don't say no names. She got a call. Ever since she got a call, you know, she's young. She just got a call. Comes to work an hour late every day now. Comes back from lunch about 30 minutes late since she got a call. Always coming in smelling like weed. Like that shouldn't be your goal is to get a call, y'all, and then slow down on whatever you want to get. You know, like she's about to end up losing a job. She might lose her call. Like, I mean, there's people think once they get the call, like that's the end of the road. Once you get the house, that's the end of the road. There's so many people like that that I worked with here, y'all. Once they got their call, once you know they got their few checks, they went to go finance a car, but then they you know they come, but they be late all the time and lose their job and they lose their car. I don't get that. You know, you're not gonna have the car long if you ain't got a job and you finance it. At least keep your job. I would think like if you just got a car and you finance for 5 or 6 years, that you would want to try to keep a car, not get the call and start coming to work late and never come to work. A lot of people ain't got the priority straight, y'all. You know, like I already got a vision. Well, I'm thinking about, you know, me and Boogie looking for you know, our dream house, you know, things like that. You know, and it's good to have, you know, fiance and stuff that you could plan long term with, you know, like 10, 15 years down the road. You know, you want to be able to plan, you know. Like I would like at least a 5 bedroom, you know, bedroom for the kids, a little library room, or office room for me and her. You know, especially if we get in the early retirement and stuff, where we could still have like a little office if we're selling things, if we making music or whatever, you know, whatever we doing. At the time, if we got an e-commerce business or whatever we got, you know, or do content on the, you know, on the side up in the room too, you know, library, whatever, media slash library. But yeah, you know, it's good to have goals like that, yeah. A lot of people, these goals is get a car. That's it. And, you know, and I don't like this from the younger generation. And don't take it wrong like y'all or nothing like that. A lot of their things, when you start telling them about like working guys, like you know what they use, guys? Oh, my mama has 2 jobs. I'm gonna be all right. Or my grandma has 2 jobs. I'm gonna be all right. Your goal should be to get your mama from them 2 jobs, bro. Or at least have her down to 1 job. Your goal should be to get your grandma 60 something, 70. Should be to get her off of them 2 jobs. You know, maybe that's what the generation's messing up. I don't know, but I hear that a lot. And that really, I would never want my mama to have 2 jobs, y'all. I'm sorry. You know, maybe I was just raised different. I don't know. But I'm not gonna be making my mama work 2 jobs, and I'm not working. I mean, I don't know. Shout out to that boy Kendrick in the bill. Let me put it. I got Kendrick in a picture, y'all. I ain't gonna show it though, y'all. I could put it in the background, not Kendrick. I got her sitting down on that couch. Ooh, dude, I hate to break the news, but I saw your mom last night, and she is not expecting a baby. Not that boy. Still, my mama died a long time ago. You know, not that boy Pac in the building. Just woke up. Ooh, shout out to Steele though. He like to talk about dead people. Something wrong with him. Something wrong with Steele. Ooh, we got Pac. We got Taz in the building. It's lunch break time, y'all. It's lunch break time. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I got this green screen on me, y'all. Got that green screen on me. Yes, indeed. Got that green screen. We got that Pac. Let's see. Hold on, I was trying to mess with the green screen. Let's see what it's saying. Notification. Ooh, I see the boats. I see the boats on the pole. We got Pac in the building. Not that merch shop. We got some merch coming soon. We got some merch coming soon. Pac, we got some merch coming soon. You know, my fiance is moving down in a couple of days, and we're gonna get a couple things in order. We're gonna get that merch shop coming soon, y'all. Ooh, hey, we got some merch coming soon, y'all. Merch coming soon. We're gonna probably have a link up in our YouTube shop. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I got one more night of work tomorrow night, and then I'm off. I didn't even get to talk to my boogie yesterday, y'all. Like I got off the live, and I got to clean, and I know this was already like 2 something. I went to go lay down. I was done for, y'all. I've been doing so much, like between work and things at home. I didn't even get out of bed about 9:30 today, y'all. I was glued to the bed. I was so wore out. You know, sometimes your body need that rest. You know that you need that rest, y'all. Man, I ain't gonna call you. Be like, yeah, I felt like I was just slow. You know, like I was talking slow. I felt so tired and drained. I ended up going to lay down, y'all, and I laid down. And I was just like, that's it for me today. That's it. My baby knows I love her. You know, we're about to be together every single day. Yes, indeed, I'm ready, y'all. But I felt bad, you know. I felt bad though, baby. I had to talk to my baby, yeah. She knows I love her. We're about to be together. Every day, yeah. Every day we're about to be together. I just can't wait for her to be here. You know, understand? Just knowing that she's here and I can go home to her and you know, I'm gonna be talking to her every single day and stuff like that. You know, y'all still gonna see me on the lives, like I said, you know. Y'all gonna see me on the lives cooking breakfast sometimes too. I'm gonna be cooking breakfast for her, mom and bone. You know, and me. I'll do some, hash browns and eggs and biscuits and all that like I was doing. Do that for mom and I ain't gonna do all the cheese and all that. They can top that how they wanna top the hash browns. Y'all gonna see us, especially if Boogie's at work, she'll probably be in the background. I'll probably be sometimes in the living room, sometimes it might be in the garage. But y'all gonna see me live a lot and y'all gonna continue to see me live on my lunch break. It's gonna be. I'm just wore out, y'all. I'm just, my body needs to catch up a little bit. Today I was really even thinking about going home and just trying to go straight to bed and knock out, but I got a lot of stuff I still got to do. And then I'm gonna have my son Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll probably let him go back by his mama's house Sunday, and then I'll get on Monday and Tuesday, so I can just have my whole kind of vacation. Like for me and Booker could probably spend Sunday together, on Sunday evening, going into Monday morning. Then. I still gotta go throw his old bed out to the road. I gotta wait for trash day though. And I'm still trying to go through some of his old clothes. I was going through a lot of my old clothes. Then I gotta get in my head to get change my air filter soon. So there's just a lot of stuff on my list, y'all. Because I gotta get a power washer for the house. I gotta power wash the whole house from the front, the sides, and the back. And I cut the grass. My weed even went out. I'll probably wait to cut the grass to Boogie and then shit. I gotta go get a weed because my weed didn't went out. Yeah, we're about to be doing a reveal. Y'all gonna see that maybe sometime about the 20th or 20 sometime about the 20 something. Y'all gonna see that. Today's the 12th. I think we got a video that drops in the morning. I think one of them scheduled to drop in the morning. Yeah, we got a couple videos that's gonna be doing. I know Boogie's gonna be doing like a vlog video probably driving down here. Lethal, Lethal Maverick back in the building, y'all. What we do? We got the gender reveal video that's gonna be coming up. We got the Boogie's probably vlog on the way down here. Whenever she goes down here, I'm gonna still be going live, so y'all probably see me and her. We got our 1 or 2 days. In the background. Lethal. Oh, we got Taz in the building, yeah. I know it's a slow night, slow night. It's a Sunday night. Oh, that Sunday night, yeah. The Razor. You need a rest. I do need a rest, Razor. I don't like the rest of my lunch break, though, yeah. I can't lie. The last 3 times it wasn't good. I overslept like 20 minutes, even through my alarm clocks. I'm not, that's why I wasn't sleeping on the lunch. 30 piece for everyone in the family. Peace. Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about, VRS. Yes, indeed. You have a good day. You have a good day. Yes, indeed. Positive energy and good vibes. Thank y'all for being over here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. They're going to fall asleep. That's zero sugar. Yeah, it's a zero sugar. No, I'm hitting a pen. It's a regular vape. Regular vape. It's a Lost Mary vape. Regular vape. SMB with that freestyle. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, my boogie is the best. Oh, yes. Indeed. That's what I need. Ooh, freestyle. Ooh, shout out to SMB. Shout out to VRS. I am wore out, y'all. And I slept like 5 or 6, 7 hours. That's not normal for me. You know, um, I don't really talk about it on the stream. But, let's just say I got my medical card. Just put it that way. So shout out to Lethal Maverick. Ooh, I got a lot of things wrong with my back and my neck, especially like this. Look. Ooh, I know y'all heard that crack. I know y'all heard my neck crack. I got a lot of. They supposed to do surgery on my back, but I don't think I'm gonna let them do surgery on my back. Not anytime soon. Anytime soon. Any good stops? Let's see. Hey, my boogie time. My bullet time's coming from that Connecticut, y'all. Yes, indeed. Got that long drive. Ready to rub on that baby in her belly, y'all. Ooh wee. I got a lot of things I gotta do. What's today? Monday? Why am I? Yeah, I ain't got a problem with anybody that burns or something like that. Like especially the people with like back problems, neck problems, bad headaches, stuff like that. And I gotta do the surgery on my wrist. Ooh wee! I hope that goes good. Phenomenal bad hat. Ooh wee! I'm gonna probably order some new hats. Cause this when I washed it and stuff, y'all, but I be sweating. And I don't like a hat that you can smell the sweat. Even if you buy the older stuff and get rid of it, it's like I sweat a lot, y'all, cause I be actually working. You know, even though you work indoors, that don't mean you're not gonna sweat. I mean, half the people here, about 85% of them probably won't sweat because they ain't doing a lot. But me, like I said, I got a lot of passion and stuff for what I do, anything that I do. So I do give 120%. I know a lot of people say I shouldn't at the 9 to 5 job, give 120%, but I give them 120%. Like I give y'all 120%. Ooh, yes, indeed. I try to give 120% of whatever it is that I do. Then once I start something, I like to finish it. Like that's why I didn't want to do like a half a bed thing the other day. Once I start something, I kind of like to finish it. It's just always been something better than me. I don't like to start a project or start something. Even if it takes 8, 10 hours, I like to finish it. And I like to set time frames on stuff. Like it's just me. I'll probably learn that about me. If I'm building something, I always set like a time. If I'm doing like a puzzle or a crossword puzzle, or I set time frames for myself. I like to set goals of a lot of things that I do. Like the goal was to get monetized on this channel by January or February. No later than February 1st, and we got monetized November 30th. You know, so shout out to y'all for helping us get monetized before the time frame. We beat the time frame a month or 2 or 3 ahead of time. So as long as you just put your mind to it, you can do it. You can make it happen. It might be a little bit past your time frame, but set a goal. And I just my goal was just to be consistent, and I could make it happen. And it happened. And that's with any goal, y'all. Y'all can make a lot of things happen. Make sure you set a time frame. You got a golden mindset. Everything always fitted with. I always been that way though, y'all. And like I said, like I ain't been this way like my whole life. I was battling a lot of stuff as a kid. I was out of hand. My mind was all over the place. I couldn't really read or write to maybe, like read or write really till I was basically in the fifth or sixth grade. So I mean, I can understand why people used to kind of doubt me, but now that you're grown, you should have no kind of excuses. No kind of excuses why you can't make things happen. Just because I wasn't good at reading or writing. Up until like maybe 11 or 12 years old. I couldn't even read a book until I was probably in the seventh or eighth grade. But I never let it slow me down. Eventually, and I ain't been this way like my whole life, yeah. I was antisocial, just scared to talk in front of crowds. Really, until I started working at Walmart, I guess I had no choice but to talk to people. And at the dollar store, as you get older, the older you get, the more you learn and things like that. Because when I was younger too, though, like I had to go to a lot of, like I know my brothers and stuff like that, no, but my mama had to bring me to a lot of therapists and things like that, different programs and things like that. What's up, ET? Ooh, we got ET in the building. We got Deucey back in the building. No, not that Deucey. And we got Nikki. We're gonna see about Miles and stuff, dude. So just keep coming back on in. Once my fiance gets down here, me and her gonna discuss Miles together and stuff like that. For the channel. I know you're always in here, little dude. So shout out to Nikki, shout out to UT. What's up, y'all? I'm at work. Got about 30 more minutes left at work. Yeah, y'all, like make things happen, y'all. Me and Boogie about to make a lot of things happen, y'all. Y'all about to see a whole lot of stuff coming from the Phenomenal Family channel, guys. Shout out to y'all. I think the Chuck E. Cheese video got to like 500 and something views. Ooh, wee. Y'all like that Chuck E. Cheese, huh? Yeah, you always gotta see the bigger picture. I think that Chuck E. Cheese video at 500 and something, that's like our #1 video now. So shout out to everybody that came through and watched that Chuck E. Cheese video. Ooh, wee. Y'all came through, watch that Chuck E. Cheese video. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, wee. I know I gotta bring my son back with Chuck E. Cheese soon. I want to bring him fishing, so y'all might see me going live with him fishing soon. I'll probably bring him with me. Or I'll probably have the camera like set up toward the bag. I won't probably be paying attention to the chat too much because he's gonna be dipping his pole in and out the thing. If I do bring him fishing, he's gonna be dipping his pole in and out, in and out, in and out. I might bring him this week. I don't know. Maybe Tuesday after school or something. Well, he's going all right. I know that Chuck E. Cheese video was up there. 500. So y'all got that to #1. Thank you. But y'all probably will see me fishing live, with Lil Phenomenal, because I want to bring him fishing one day. I probably won't be paying attention to the chat too much. I like to pay attention to the water. And then I'm going to have him with me. He like to dip his pole, hurry up, dip it back out the water, dip it in, dip it in. Might have to put another worm on that phone. If it ain't going to be this week, it might be the next week or something. I do something with my boy. Shout out to everybody out there, all the hard working people from all over the world. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yes, indeed. We had a couple people come through this good. We had Nikki, we had Taz. Let's see, let me go through the list. We got Booger Time, Raise the Pot, Taz, Lethal Stash, Kaz, SMB, VRS. Oh shit, we had Kendrick come through, we had Nikki, we had Beckett, we had Cronus come through. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. My feet is hurting me today bad, though, y'all. And I rested. I thought my body wouldn't have been this sore. I didn't lie. I didn't think my body would have been this sore. But I didn't get off of work for 3 hours late yesterday. I didn't think my body was going. And I took Tylenol. I didn't think my body was gonna be this like. I'm beat down, yeah. I feel like I got beat down. I got hit by a train or something. One more night after tonight, though, y'all. Ooh, wee. Then I'm gonna be chilling. I might be live with my son. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, y'all. I'll probably be chilling in his room and stuff. I'll be laying on the floor next to him while he's in his bed or something. Or maybe laying in his bed with him. My big self, get on there with him. His shitholers, bro. Young Gonzo, ooh, wee. Young Gonzo in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to the whole wide world, y'all. Yes, indeed. Lay up in there with him. Oh man, I still gotta go through a lot of clothes and stuff. Should be so tiring. Y'all. If I would get off of work like at 7 o'clock instead of 10, that'll give me like a whole 3 hour difference. Because yesterday when I got off the live, it was already almost 12, y'all. I said, man, I gotta be to work in 9 to 10 hours. I said, getting off late. It's good to stay late. Well, it's just like we losing bodies after bodies, y'all. We losing so many people. We've been losing so many people, bro. And I know these other people are saying. I know we lost 2 people this week, and they said, oh, because they get their tax money. What the fuck? I mean, no offense. I ain't trying to. I know you got 3 kids, you get $9,000, $10,000, but do you think that's gonna last you throughout the whole year? Some of these people say they only want to work for 6 months so that they can get their tax money for the kids and all of that. They get that $9,000 or $10,000 check, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. People got their goals messed up, bro. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just different, y'all. I don't know. People's goals. There's only one person with kind of like a similar goal with me here, and I'll say that's like T. Cole. Like after she seen me get my house and things like that, she got her house. She actually like listened. Like I didn't think people would really listen to me. And talking about paying principal when you get a little bit of overtime, paying principal. So she's been she says that she's been listening to me. And, like each check or something, she'll put an extra $50 or $100 towards her house, to pay it off early. So I didn't know people actually listen. I don't know when you try to tell people things. But yeah, like after I got my house, she ended up going to get her house, like a year later. Might have been 9 months to a year later. And that's probably like the only person, man. I mean, besides that young dude that makes the shirts for me, he got a mindset. Yeah, baby G kicking. Ooh, wee. I'm ready to feel them kicks too. So I can't wait. I'm ready to be having my hand on your belly and feeling the kicks. Yes, indeed. I'm ready. And it's coming. It's coming. I'm just ready to be next to you, holding you. I'm just. October was a long time ago. It feels like. No, the G don't stand for girl. We just call the baby G. 'Cause the baby's name probably starts with a G. Ooh, wee. Y'all don't know yet, though. Ooh, wee. Y'all gonna know very soon. Oh, that free duty. Oh, Jonathan in the building. Jonathan in the building. Yeah, she's gonna be here soon. I can't wait either. Tired of all this wait. Feel like it's been a year. Ooh, wee. I didn't even get to see what the other person said. Turn my head for a second, but somebody got time. Now, ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm trying to stay awake. Bay 510 area bag in the building. What's your booty? Ooh, wee. You look stank. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. Not that Bay 510 area. Ain't Bay 510 area used to always come in here. Yo. Yeah. It is cold. What, you just bought that? Oh, all right. Ooh, not that big 5'10" area. Ooh, not that. You little stinky. Ooh, yeah, I guess so. Big 5'10" used to always come in here. Used to always come in here with some good energy and stuff. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Maybe they wasn't having a good day. I don't know. I don't know, everybody. All I know is I'm relaxing, y'all. I'm trying to just relax, y'all. Chill and vibe with y'all for the next 20 minutes. Whew. Make me them other two burgers tomorrow. Ooh. Trying to see what I'm gonna eat when I get off. Probably the two burgers. I might make four small mini burgers and make them doubles. But then I still gotta go through the line to close in the laundry room. I still gotta move some stuff around. I got a lot of little stuff to do. A lot of little stuff to do. Ooh. Uh, I'm just thinking about some stuff, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Trying to think. Hopefully, I get off in a decent amount of time. 'Cause I'm trying to see exactly what I'm gonna clean up tomorrow and do tomorrow. Ooh. And if y'all don't see me live in the morning, I might not go live in the morning because as soon as I get home, I might just get. Well, I might relax for about an hour, go live for about an hour, and then I'm gonna get to cleaning and stuff like that. But I got a lot of things I gotta do, and I don't want to have to be reading no phone and doing things and stuff like that. We say, ooh, we way too much flavors. Flavor sweet. Ooh, Taz. Thinking of going to daytime. I know I'm thinking about going to the daytime. I mean, I might do overnight for like another year or two. See how things play out. I don't plan on. I don't really want to be at Walmart like the next 10, 15 years. That's like my goal is to leave. I used to have a passion for Walmart, y'all. I have a passion for everything that I do, but it just ain't the same as it used to be. Pete, ooh, Taz flavors sweet. 8 years with Walmart. Now I've been here 11 years so far. You know, I'm about to be going on 12. And I was at Dollar General for 11 years. So I mean, 10 more years. Here that'll be 20 years, man. 20 something years. My old neighbor retired. But his job, he worked for the parish. Y'all call them counties. He worked for the water department in the parish. Like he retired early. He retired at 40, 41. You know, but his dad left him a house. So his dad left him a house. So he didn't really have, he already had a house. But see, with the parish lets you retire as long as you've been with the parish 20 years and you can cash out your 401k in full. You know how most of the people you got to wait till you're 70 or 65 or 67. The parish lets you, it's a young black man. He's probably like 42, maybe 43. But like just seeing him, I always wondered what he did for work. So I had to ask him. And that was the goal for one of my other friends that work at the parish. He was trying to retire by 45, 50. Because he's been there since he was 20. You know, But I always had to ask my neighbor, my old neighbor, like, man, I always see you chilling on the porch. You just be chilling, and every Sunday you barbecuing and have your boys over. I said, you ain't got to work or nothing. He said he did his 21 years with the parish and retired early. So, I mean, if people like that can do it, anybody can retire early. He's so laid back. Then it's cool because his daughter comes over. His daughter's older now. She's probably like six, like, well, at the time when I was living there, she was like 16, 17. She was like junior or senior in high school. And he was getting to spend so much time with her. They was always outside. And it was good seeing a man retired early and spending it with his daughter. And, you know, I was like, man, he got some life. He used to go fishing 3, 4 times a week. Used to just do stuff around the house, like yard work. I was like, man. And he did it early. That was 41. A lot of people don't really do early retirement till they're 50. 41 is a good age to retire, even though he still looked young. Looked like he was around my age, like 30 something. But maybe because he's retired and not stressed. I don't know. He coming for you. Ooh, not that Buddy K11. What's up, Buddy K11? SMB dropped that short with that Poetic Justice shirt on yesterday. I seen you. Let's go get the mail truck, Boogie. Yes, indeed. Hmm. I just see my baby and just have my arms around her. I had to just be loving on my baby. I'm ready to be holding on my baby. Ooh, you work for ice? Good, because my monster's getting cold. And I might need some ice for my monster. Ooh, I need some ice for my monster. Yeah, I didn't know there was so many. Like, I mean, I know there's a lot of racism out there, but I'm like, man, all these people on here, I be stereotyping and stuff, especially at the nighttime lives. I'm like, damn. I mean, I know I look a little Spanish, but I'm like, man, why these people just think I'm Spanish, yo? All these people think I'm Spanish. I didn't know there was so much hate towards Mexicans and Spanish. I mean, I know Trump and this and that. He got a lot of things going on with him, but I ain't got nothing against him, bro. I ain't got, I don't care if they build a wall. They gonna dig a hole under that wall. Like Mexicans and Hispanics gonna be a part of our culture. Either we like it or not. The tequila, that energy drink. Ooh, especially with us being from down south, being close to Texas and the border and things like that. Like they work hard. I like to be strange. I like to be weird. I never like to be normal. I never was normal. It's good to be different. I don't like to be normal. I like to be Stranger Things. Ooh, celebrity images. Yes, indeed. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it in your face. Because there was even some people I used to have to like tell them straight up. Like y'all might not. Some A lot of people might not even think they're racist. Like, but I've seen a lot of people like call Asian people gooks. It's like calling a black person the N word, or calling like a Mexican or a Spanish person, a beaner or a spick. It's like calling them that. That's the same thing. So, you might not be racist towards white people or black people or whatever, but you still call them another race out of the name. So that's basically still, and there's a lot of people I got into it with over that. Because I take up for any race. I got into it with somebody before because they was making fun of an Indian guy. I said, bro, I ain't got no problem with Indian people. I grew up around Indian people. I grew up around every race, so I take that racial stuff seriously. Like even when it comes down to any race, Asians, Indians are part of Asians, so Indian, any race. I tell you, I take it. Race is seriously. No, because there was this one dude I worked with, right? He didn't know I was Asian, but he always used to kind of make fun of Asian people. And she'd be like, nobody likes them cheap chongs and gooch. And I'd be like, bro, I'm Asian, right? And once I told him about it, he stopped. He didn't realize what he was doing. Like I'm like, that's racist, bro. I said, you might not think about it. Like, you might not know that you're saying racist things, but you are. Yes, indeed. And I love living in a melting pot, y'all. Like I know Texas and Louisiana is a big melting pot for sure. Like Texas, they got everything. Indian restaurants, they got. I never been to Texas, but I know a lot of people that talk about it. Right here. Well, right here. Ooh, yeah, I used to have this one friend. He didn't know he was. He didn't even know that gook was like a racist word. But I go to this little town, right? So I used to go to this little town where I go fishing at. It's 95%. No, 93% Caucasians. So it's 93% white people. It's 3% other, and then it's 4% like black people, which it was only like four people, 4 or 5 people. So when I would go down there and I would ask people like, what's the nearest little station? They would say, go, you gotta go to the gook store. You gotta, and I'm like, gook store? It's racist as fuck. Like, what then it was a little Asian store. I didn't know that, but I was like, man, I'm in a white town. Maybe that's why they call it the gook store. But I'm like, do they know that they call it what they really calling that person? You know? I was like, I don't know. Like, let me get up out this town, though. And I kind of used to hate working in that town, y'all, because it was kind of like racist, y'all. You know? I wouldn't say it was like racist like that. It ain't no sundown town or nothing. It's just, certain things you just, see. And, this ain't somewhere I want to. I mean, it is labeled the safest place to live in the whole Louisiana. That's maybe because there's only one way in and one way out, and there's no crime really. So I mean, it is the safest place. It is marked as the number one safest place to live in the whole state. So I mean, they must be doing something right. When it comes down to crime, I guess. Ooh, I got 10 minutes left on lunch. That boogie on game today. I don't even get to see the comments that people say. Ooh, but I don't know. Y'all might see me live for about an hour in the morning, and then I got a whole lot of stuff I gotta do. I got a lot of stuff. That boy Nate. Believe it or not, I got reported for racism 4 times at this job before. But I think it's because I used to pull people in the office a lot, and I think they used to just try to be mad at me, you know, because that's what everybody used to try to say. If anybody's in the store, it ain't Nemo's not the racist one. So I'll be getting calls from home office and all that, and I have to explain myself. People think I'm racist, and I don't know what to tell you. Like I think really like at the time I probably pulled about 20 people in the office that week, and I think maybe they just plotted on me, or maybe they was like, you know, if I got in trouble, then we're just gonna call and report them, because that's what my dude Ray Van was saying. He even brought that up yesterday. He said, if anybody in this place, man, Nemo took me on vacation. He said for the hurricane, Nemo came and got me and my son. He said, so if anybody thinks Nemo is racist, they got the game fucked up. They and plus they don't know what he does for the black people around here. Because Ray Ban has seen what I did for so many people around. I got love for every race. That's like my brother. For the hurricane, I went to go get him and took him to Florida with me. Him and his kid. But he made a good point yesterday. He said they think you racist. That was probably them just hating on you. They got in trouble at work that they wanted to, you know. That's just people. They don't report you for anything. So yeah, and I gotta get my statements and stuff. I don't say nothing out of hand. Y'all ain't gotta get nothing against no race. Everybody knows that y'all working with me. Like I'm the only Asian dude in the store, y'all. Overnight. Only well they got that one Asian guy, but he just started not too long ago. So if anything, I could be like, why y'all don't hire more Asian people then? But I don't say nothing like that. Yeah, I got reported 4 times before, y'all. You know, somebody's always gonna be trying to say something about you. It is what it is. That's how I look at it. I say, look, man, ain't got nothing on me. I ain't never been like that. They walk and be like, me damn, ooh wee. Yeah, I ain't never let none of I even let that get to me because I already knew none of that was gonna stick. He ain't letting me say no racist stuff out my mouth. We got killed. So that's one thing, like even though you get reported, you already know you ain't gonna get in trouble because you ain't do nothing. You know, the cold moon rejected as a son. Ooh wee. I guess just one dude lied on me. I pulled him in the office. 2 days later, I'm getting questioned. They review the camera, right? Because he was lying on me. He said I was in the break room sitting down vaping on my break. You want to know how that's a lie? I don't go in my break room. I don't go in the break room on my break. I don't even go in the break room for lunches unless they're giving out a dinner or something. So when they reviewed the camera, they said Nemo wasn't even in the break room. Nemo never went in the break room once. So it just people just gonna try to say any type of stuff on you. As long as you know you straight and you doing right, yeah, I think that's petty, bro. Yeah, I think it's petty. I think it's petty all the time. And I always got to write statements and stuff like that. Yeah, they reviewed the camera on me. Why would I be vaping in the break room? Come on, now, that's stupid. You know why? Because he got in trouble. He was vaping in the store. I remember now. He got in trouble. He was vaping in the store, and he tried to say, "Oh, I do it because of Nemo does it." Come on now, bro. You think I'm gonna be You think I'm gonna be vaping in the like sitting in the break room really vaping, bro? Yeah, he had got in trouble because he was vaping in the store, and then he tried to say that he was only doing it because I was vaping in the break room. Sierra, Brian, ooh wee, ooh wee. Yeah, I remember the dude tried to say I was vaping in the break room. I don't go in the break room, y'all. The reason I don't go in the break room, I don't like to be around associates. I was always taught like separate yourself from the associates. Be a leader. You know, so you ain't really hearing about what they're talking about all the time. So that's why I kind of do my own thing. I always Went to the other little office so he would come outside on my break. Lie on me and my job because I've been with GG 20 years. They don't lie. They don't lie on you a lot, you know. Just be ready for when you get them home office calls, you know. 'Cause I can explain stuff, y'all. Like right now, I'm battling something at work. I'm battling something at work right now, y'all. Now, let's just say somebody got hurt at the job, right? You know, I'm not name dropping or nothing like that. They told me a different story how they got hurt. They didn't go to the hospital that night when they got hurt at the job. They told me a whole different story, right? They didn't go to the hospital the night that they got hurt. They went to the hospital the next day. They told the other manager a different story. And now they got a whole nother story. So yes, I had to go in there and write my statement before I left yesterday. You know, like, like, come on, bro. If you hurt yourself on the job, stick to one story. Don't have three different stories, bro. You know, like now you're giving yourself away. And then they reviewed the camera on you about your story, and you're nowhere to be seen, bro. You're nowhere to be seen in the time frames you're given. You know, there's nowhere. You know, the dude is nowhere to be seen. You know, the dude. So now they know that he made up the story. You know, now you done gave your story after he told us two different stories. And you gave the time frames, but they can't find you on the camera where you said you got hurt at, bro. Like, and they reviewed for the whole day. So now you just went to the hospital. You just did all of that. You told two different managers two different stories, and now you're telling a whole nother story. Like, stick to one story, bro. You done ratted yourself out. Now you probably about to. I don't know how to explain it, but you should have stuck to one story. Is all I gotta say. You know, you gotta, you know, especially with that dude, he should have stuck to one story. Now you got three different stories. You know, you told my manager that you was leaving early because your stomach hurt. You told me you hurt your back while you was doing something else. But now you saying you hurt your back doing a whole nother thing. You know, stick to one story, bro. Stick to one story. Now you done, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know why you would even try to come up with two or three different stories. Going back into work, y'all. Ooh, going back in, y'all. See y'all in the morning. I love you, boogie. Love you, Kim. Love you, chat. I gotta get back to work. Ooh, it's windy out here. Flag pole busting up there. I see how windy it is. Ooh, yeah, flag poles banging. Ooh, shout out to my manager Dennis over here, yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the morning. Love y'all.